Why am I up here? A single bead of sweat slowly rolled down his face. This was not going as he'd originally planned. He'd been trying so hard to end this on his terms, but to no avail. Neither him nor his friend were anywhere near ready. They needed more training. He thought they were prepared, but he was obviously mistaken. The odds were stacked against him, but how could he have known? He was still fairly new at all this. After all, he had just turned 13 a few days ago. And now he was challenging one of the toughest in the league? Who did he think he was? Well, that was irrelevant. What mattered now was his passion to succeed. For he was Ash Ketchum, and nothing could stop him from achieving his dream of becoming a Pokemon master. He passed by Geodude with ease. But Brock, Computer City gym leader, had another Pokemon he relied heavily upon. Onyx. How could Ash's Pikachu possibly overcome such a behemoth? A small electric mouse versus a massive rock snake? And even if he could overcome the size ratio, electricity was still next to powerless against rock Pokemon. Until this very moment, Ash felt he was doing so well. He'd created a bond with Pikachu, faced off against the menacing Team Rocket, he'd even caught a Caterpie and a Pidgeotto. It seemed that no matter how well Ash had thought he had been doing, there was still more left for him to learn. Gentlemen, council event participation is at an all-time low. The board tried very hard to bring you all events that we feel will be new, interesting, and fun. But we never seem to get the attendance and participation we expect. Too many times this year have I heard, we need to push this program. We need to push next weekend. Push, push, push. I'm sick of that word. I don't want to have to push anymore. We never have the attendance we want. All I seem to hear from Anita and Samantha is, we don't need to stay at Xavier an extra 2 hours just to staff a 4-person program. We do have lives, you know. After I finished laughing, I explained to them that it's just too hard to get more people to attend. I've done all I can. I tell them that I've emailed 3 different times, talked to people at programs. It's not me. People just aren't interested. There's nothing more I can do. Wrong. There's always something more you can do. The same excuse I just gave you all is one I've heard from many of yourselves. I don't buy it. If you send out 3 emails, send out a 4th. If you talk to people at programs, call them at home. If emails aren't working, try phone calls. If phone calls aren't working, try text messages. If text messages don't work, try Facebook. There are always new forms of communication to try, and I won't accept a complaint until you've tried them all. If after you've tried everything they still won't attend, ask yourselves why. Why aren't they attending? Think about what you're trying to pitch. Put yourselves in the shoes of a slightly interested Aleph who was invited to this program. Is this better than the other plans he has? Probably not. You need to work on programs more towards what he wants to do. Programs that are better than anything else he has planned. If you can't think of any, ask him. Get his input. Let him help plan the program with you. Since you've gone and gotten his shoes all smelly, let them try on yours. Invite him into meetings and the chapter leadership process. Then he will see what it is that makes you so passionate, and he will begin to develop a passion of his own. Is this fun anymore? Are you guys enjoying yourselves? Especially if you're on chapter board, I can't imagine that you're having any fun at all. That's the message we got from the meetings with your boards. You're all making your jobs so much more difficult than they have to be. Planning a program is easy. The hard part is setting it in motion. Every chapter waits until the last minute to plan a program, and that's not helpful to your chapter or the council. When you let a program go that far without being planned, it doesn't work. You must begin the implemental stages of a program 2 weeks in advance. That way, when the day of the program finally comes, you can simply set up a few easy things around the location and begin. Your members will absolutely recognize the effort that was put into the program and return next weekend for another amazing night. There should never be a single spotlight in BBYO leadership. There's a reason that boards are divided into 6 or 7 positions, not 1. Input from every position is required for success. And not only every position, every member. A job should never be left to one person alone. A Godol is in place to direct and guide every member of their board. When a Sagan plans programs, he should be planning alongside the Godol. Yes, Amore is in charge of recruiting, but every member in the chapter should be talking to everybody they know about the amazing experience that is BBYO. A Mazkir can't spread information without information from the other positions to spread. A Shaliach needs a congregation in order to run a successful service, and a Gizbor fundraising solo is a beggar. And spread some of the board responsibilities around to your members. They're the ones you're trying to serve, so you can't possibly go wrong when you let them have some power. And you can even train your younger members in the process. The best chapters not only have full boards, but full boards that mesh well with the rest of the chapter. Period. Something I don't think any of us can deny is our lack of Jewish activity. In my election speech, I said that the day we forget that BBYO is above all things a Jewish youth group is the day BBYO fails. Shaliach is such a vital position, and people often take it for granted. What often makes BBYO so cool is the mixing of so many different things: fraternity, sports, Judaism, and creating a program that can inspire and excite all at the same time. There is never a legitimate reason to leave out Judaism. It can always be incorporated in a program, and that certainly does not always have to mean a short service. It can mean teaching or storytelling. It can mean playing live-action Mario Kart, only instead each item block contains one of the 10 plagues to affect another racer. Or rather than simply telling the weekly Parsha, get your members on their feet and write a program to walk them through it. Judaism is never boring. It can be one of the most interesting and rewarding religions out there. You just have to find the right way to pitch it. The AZA Brotherhood is no longer the same as it once was. Why are you still here? Why are you still here? What made you want to stay here in the first place? It was probably somebody who reached out to you when you were in AIT. I am here because of Daniel Moskowitz, Adam Sonnenschein, Jacob Bierman, and Mike Levine. I remember being driven to and from programs by them. They genuinely wanted to be my friend. They wanted to have me as a brother, just as they did every CSE freshman. Today, I still keep in touch with them. I have seen very few of these relationships being built with AITs this year. What happened? If there is even just one older Aleph you can remember reaching out to you as an AIT, I guarantee that if it weren't for him, you would not be here right now. So why should our AITs stick around if we're not paying it forward? If you want to develop strong, dedicated members, you must become a friend and a brother to them. Joel has told me multiple times that if it wasn't for Jake Moskowitz, Sam Barry, and John Sadow, he would not be nearly as involved as he is today. And all that took was a friendship. Having full conversations with him without calling him freshman once. Gentlemen, that is very simple to do. But more than it is easy, it should be fun. You should enjoy getting to know your members and making some more lifelong friends. Fraternity can't be faked. It takes a true passion for it to work.